It says about $150 plus 1 point. You're gonna lose it if you drive in Liverpool. Share the link and we'll be coming back with the details. You are going to have an encounter with the mayor of Liverpool. He's going to be telling you what he's doing about the reason why they have put up kilometers, driving kilometers of 30 kilometers in an area in Liverpool, whereas even in school zones, it is 40 k's. Stay tuned. I'm going to take you straight away to what is going on in Liverpool in Sydney. This is something that I have personally suffered from, and so I'm talking from experience, okay? If you live in Australia, you live in Sydney, and you drive to work or something, be careful when you drive through Liverpool. Reason being this: in Liverpool, around the Biggie street, the main Biggie street in Liverpool, I'm going to show you, and I believe you all know where I'm talking about. Everyone knows about Biggie Street. And the thing that is going on in Biggie Street right now, trust me, you will be shocked if you see what is going on right now. Did you know that whereas in every school zone, the speed limit is 40 kilometers per hour, when you come to Biggie Street in Liverpool, they have changed it to 30 kilometers. And this is the news in Australia. It was on one of the TV channels a few days back, but then prior to that, I drove through Liverpool. I got a letter and I was fined, and I lost a point. And I didn't want to lose any point, to be honest with you. So I felt so disappointed in myself and everything. Then I waited a few days. Okay, I waited a few days and then another fine came. So I lost 2 points. So I went to see why that is like that. Okay, why I got that. Yep. We're gonna get a guest telling us something about what he knows about when this thing came up and why it is like that in Liverpool, in Sydney right now. Many people are talking about this. There's been a few decisions, a few things going on around this issue. It's very important. So, guys, viewers, this is the Biggie Street. Those of us that know Liverpool in Sydney, you know the picture you see on my left. That is Biggie Street. It's a very busy street, actually. But then, this is what has happened. If you can see around this spot, the sign says 30 kilometers, 8 to 9, and then 2 to 4 school days is 30 kilometers. But the whole Australia, it is 40 kilometers when you drive in a school zone. What happened in Liverpool that they have dropped theirs to 30 kilometers? And to be honest with you, when you are driving and then you drive in certain cars, you hit on even 30 kilometers. Trust me, it feels as if you have pulled the brakes and you are stopping in the middle of the road. It's so uncomfortable to do this drive at 30 kilometers. But this is what Liverpool has put up in the middle of the city. Okay, so this is when you are taking a drive through Liverpool. You can see the name there, Biggie Street. So if you remember this road, I'm just taking you through Liverpool. This, I think we just crossed one of the junctions. Let me see which junction that was. Okay, all right, so let's go. I think this one takes you to the shopping center, but when you keep going straight on Liverpool Road, on the Biggie Street, it takes you all the way to the train station. But guess what? As soon as you are driving on this road, remember, if you are in Sydney, please, this is just a heads up for you, because many people are getting the shock. Okay, a lot of people are complaining. I read a few people talking about this online, and it's a big issue. Then I'm going to play, I'm going to get the minister's voice for you to listen. So this is the Liverpool Hospital Junction. Let me go back a step. Okay, so you can see this sign up here says to the hospital. Okay, so when you turn left here this way, you will go to Liverpool Hospital. But once you keep going straight ahead, you are going to hit the train station. Now, the 30-kilometer drive goes all the way from even the hospital junction connecting to Biggie Street all the way to the train station. It still says 30 kilometers. So now when I go around Liverpool, I try to stay away from those areas. But you can't be safe enough. It is still affecting us and everyone that is driving in Liverpool. Trust me, if you don't take care, you are going to be in deep trouble. I've lost points. I don't want you to lose points. Please share this program. Sister Mavis Benson says, wow. Yeah, my sister, I've lost points on this road just the past couple of weeks. And it's not about anything, but it's about losing the point. When you are driving at the reasonable speed, 40 kilometers, and you are still committing a crime because you were not aware of anything like that. And it's so shocking, trust me, and it's so disturbing and frustrating, I tell you. So this is the heads up I'm giving you. But then as we go ahead, let me just let you listen to something that the mayor, okay, the current mayor of Liverpool, that is Mr. Ned Mannoun, has got to say. But before that, listen to... Hello, Honorable. Yeah, Honorable, please, how are you doing?
Very good. How are you?
Very good too, sir. We are getting some concerns from the new speed limit in Liverpool. And it's causing a lot of confusion, and many people are, paying heaps sums of money and losing points, even experienced drivers. What have you got to say about this? But before you go ahead, can you please introduce yourself to our wonderful viewers?
Okay, my name is Manoko Kwete. I had the privilege to serve under the Lord Mayor Ned Mannoun, who won the election, and I was on the ticket to be a councillor, but I couldn't get in. I lost by a few votes, but nevertheless, we are pushing. He's doing a great job in Liverpool. Before I proceed, I want to acknowledge your viewers and your listeners all over the world. You're doing a great job, and keep it up. Coda TV is going places. Well, from the knowledge of what I heard, the Lord Mayor Ned Mannoun spoke on 2GB last time that I heard him on the radio. The New South Wales state government brought this new speed limit in Liverpool as a trial during Labour's time in Liverpool. So it's been there for a while, but it's just unfortunately that now a lot of people, drivers, are being aware because we were locked down for so long at home, so people were not traveling.
Yeah.
In that place, and me, I have been driving on Big Street, Mall Street, and also George Street, and everywhere in the Liverpool city. Now you cannot even move. So it's something that the mayor is fighting the state government to remove that trial, because I believe that if you want to do safe trial, it should not be under the penalty of paying bills. It should be in the data collection, so that even if the data is collected and we see that it's serving a purpose of safety, then we can introduce it. But I believe that they are just punishing Liverpool citizens, which is not fair.
Yeah.
And if we can do anything to fight against this, I am putting my hand up, and we need more people like yourself who has the voice in Liverpool to be able to come out and then write to the state government, write to the mayor and the councillors to get the state government to remove it. We don't want to be trial for anything. They can take it to the northern beaches where they're rich and they have money, that where even the premier where he lives, around the north, Seaford and Manly and all that, they need to be tested. So not in the Western Sydney. We don't need it. And having said that, even school zones are 40.
That's right.
So if school zones are 40, then why should older people in Liverpool walking to be on their phone and cross the road?
That's right.
And then I should slow down for them, which doesn't make sense. So if the state government wants to even help, they should bring more cops, like Parramatta City Council was doing. I was there at Parramatta City Council. If you cross during red light, they will book you $75. So there's a lot of ways that they can actually help safety by having more police on the traffic light or security personnel on the traffic light, so that they can book people that are disobeying the rules. Because if people are disobeying the rules, I should not slow down. I'm a driver. I should focus on driving, not focus on speed camera has been there detecting somebody who is going over 30 to 40 zone, which we have been used to 40 zone in that area when it's a school zone. And then from 50 to 30 doesn't make sense. Yesterday I was driving, it looks like the car is being pushed, you know?
Yeah. And
it's not fair. So that is what I have to say.
Okay. So I've got the Mannoun's the mayor's voice here to play to my viewers. We'll be playing it very soon, viewers. So you're gonna hear exactly what the mayor said about this situation. But Mr. J, why would they choose Liverpool of all places? What made Liverpool so popular for this test?
To answer your question, I'm not too sure the reason why they chose Liverpool. I believe that because the hospital and then also it's like a business center which have a lot of things joined together. I believe so, but I could be wrong. But you can write to the state government and ask that question. Why did they choose Liverpool? Why not the northern region? Why not Conara? Why not Hunter Valley and all those places where the people have more money than us Liverpool, who are even going to start doing pandemic, and now they bring this to us. So the Lord Mayor is not happy at all. He's been fighting this, and we're gonna keep on fighting it. Mr. Ned Mannoun is not happy, and I'm not happy. You are not happy because I've been booked. By me, I said I'm gonna take it to court, Liverpool court. So anybody that has been booked, you can't go to court and exercise your right, because they did not even inform us that they are doing that trial as citizens in Liverpool. They just reduced the speed limit. I didn't get any letter. I didn't get any warning, any consent. I'm just driving through, knowing that Railway Street used to be 50 zone. And then when you get to the school, it's 40 zone. Now it has been changed. And the signs are not even displayed properly. So you will just fall into it. If you're Liverpoolian and you're driving through there, you will just get booked. There's no way you can escape it.
It's very difficult to notice it, because you will assume that in school zones in Sydney everywhere is 40 k's, and then you'll be doing 40 k's not knowing you are 10 kilometers above the current speed limit. So
and that's why I got booked as well. I was 10 kilometers above the speed limit. I was like, what do you mean? And this was 10 p.m.
Exactly.
Not even 10 p.m. Like, who is on the road at 10 p.m.?
Yeah, I got a similar fine. I got two. Actually, I got the first one. The letter didn't come in early, so I went to drive through the same area, not knowing exactly what happened. And then later on, I picked on it, and I was like, oh, so it's now 30 kilometers. And I didn't even see the 30 kilometers at the train station. I saw it around the junction of the hospital. And so today I saw that it extends all the way to the train station and even beyond.
Street.
That's right. And
Street.
it's really something that we get our viewers to know, so that in as much as they say it's a trial and the mayor is doing something about it, viewers just know that you don't add yourself to the pool of people that are going to be paying this money or be subjected to this problem. This is why I decided to bring this on to Kingdom Update for believers. Christian children in Australia should know this. Man of God, I checked online and I saw that they put a few information out there. If you Google it, you will see a few things out there. Do you reckon there was enough publicity, education around this before it came out?
No, I don't think so. I didn't get a letter. Normally they will send you a letter if there's a trial or something going on.
Okay.
I didn't get any letter in my mailbox saying that the Liverpool CBD is now a trial zone. I mean, come on. What? It's got nothing to do with safety, in my opinion. Because we are not speeding in the city. It's not like we're racing on Mall Street, or we're racing on George Street, or we're racing on the other street, Railway Street, and the rest in Liverpool. You know.
Yeah.
Fair enough. At the hospital, if you wanna bring safety, those bumper things, you know, that people would just slow down and go over it slowly.
Yeah.
That is even the best one.
And
you know those ramps.
Have you, the speed ramps?
Yeah, the speed ramps. Yeah.
And I've also realized that even around the shopping center where the people are really saturated, the speed limit was not 30.
Yeah, in front of the Westwoods, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's where even people walk a lot.
Yes.
You know, at the hospital, people drive and park at the car park.
Yeah, and the hospital you are talking about is the next street behind Pitt Street. It's not actually on the Pitt Street.
Yes.
So why would they do that to that street, whilst the hospital is not on the Pitt Street? You get what I mean? Is a street. The hospital is on a street behind the Pitt Street.
Yes.
And
so
even the street before, the very street right in front of the hospital is not 30 k's, is it?
I haven't checked what the speed limit is.
Yeah, I will navigate through right now and see with my viewers together.
Government Street is 30 as well. It goes all the way to Warwick Farm. You know.
Okay, to Warwick Farm.
All the way to Warwick Farm.
Okay.
You know where the high school Liverpool boys and Liverpool girls are.
Yeah.
All those areas is 30 as well. Because
Okay.
I do park at Warwick Farm train station, the car park. Beautiful job there. The mayor is doing a great job. He's fixing all the road there.
Wonderful.
Potholes. But the state government should send more money to Liverpool. What we need is the task force employ more security personnel to book people that are disobeying traffic rules. That's what Liverpool needs. Not reducing the speed limit, because I've seen people crossing red light. If you put police there will be enough revenue for Liverpool. So I don't know if the mayor has to do that or the state government has to do that. That's more safety, you know.
So in your opinion, if the mayor's quest to get it removed, if that should happen, what happens to those who have already been found and have paid some money?
You can fight for refund. You can call revenue.
Okay.
And just you shouldn't even pay. I mean, I'm not gonna pay my fine. I'm gonna take it to court for the court to decide.
Okay, I think you've got the right to exercise your right to take it to court. But if you've already been found and then you are not pushing to take it to court, it's better you pay and rather fight for a refund than not to pay at all. Because if you don't pay, I'm expecting them to give you extra. It's gonna start accruing more and more penalties and then extra monies. And so by the time if you lose the case, you pay more money then. So we thank you so much, Honorable, and we really appreciate your contribution, and we believe that my wonderful viewers will take advice out of this.
I'm not honorable yet.
No. You are still an honorable. You are Pastor AJ, but you are still an honorable man of God.
Thank you very much, and thank you Liverpool, and thank you Coda TV. You're doing a great job in Liverpool, and I'm praying that we'll get a bigger studio in Liverpool as we move on.
That's right.
With the good job you're doing online.
All right.
So please do write to the state government. Our dear state premier Dominic and the office to be able to look at this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and God richly bless you. All right, viewers. So that is Pastor AJ of FCI Ministry in Sydney, Australia, who contested a position in the government in Sydney. And like he said, he contested the position he wanted. He lost by a few votes, but it's a great attempt to, even register to get your name out there to be voted upon. That is a great job our brother has done, and I believe he deserves a great applaud. So God bless you so much, Moshuri Raham, Sister Mavis, and Brother Duff Arthur is watching us too. Brother, God bless you so much. We've got a lot of things that we need to know because we cannot afford to lose the little money we are working for. About $150 is not a little money. And trust me, when this network catches you, you are in trouble. We send this word of advice to people of Ghana, to Zimbabwe, South Africa, Ethiopia, Sierra Leone, that these are means by which the government is using to make money in countries that are the developed countries. It's just a greater network that they are using to filter through crime. And these crimes are punishable by money. And when the money comes, it supports the system. I have paid money. Pastor AJ is going to pay money for his fine if he loses his court case. So these are things we have to learn, and it will help our economies, help our government. Now let us listen to the mayor, what he said when he went on the radio to speak about this issue. Listen to the interview between the mayor and the channel.
The first, Ned Mannoun, is the mayor of Liverpool, and he joins me live on the line. Mayor, welcome back to the program.
G'day, Jim.
Well, this just sounds absurd. Why is Transport for New South Wales making drivers in your area slow down to 30 kilometres an hour?
This is exactly, it's insane. When I put my hand up to election, I said, I'm going to go out there and fight to get rid of this 30 kilometre speed limit, and that's what we're doing. Road safety is a very important thing, and I think that's what they're trying to achieve. But as you just said, right, and many people say this, that it's actually making things unsafer because you're spending more time having a look at your speedo rather than actually looking at the road.
Well, your Facebook page has been absolutely swamped by locals. I've just mentioned a couple of Jennifer, Vicky. But, what else has been the reaction from your local ratepayers?
Mate, 6:30 this morning in the gym, people were coming up to me saying to me, I saw your Facebook post. I got fined for going out there. I'm a good driver. I've never seen this before in my life. We've had bus drivers who pride themselves on having a good driving record. You can see their comments on the Facebook page. They drive in the inner west. There's a lot of pedestrians there, and she got pinged herself. Right? This is causing more distraction and creating less safety, and we need to get it changed immediately.
Okay, just on the text line, Mike has just said Jim Manley is all at 30 kilometres an hour. Well, I wasn't aware of that on the northern beaches. Again, if it's happening in your area, let us know. 131873 is the open line number. But what justification, Mayor, are they using, this is Transport for New South Wales, to bring this trial in the Liverpool CBD?
So this was done before I was mayor, and what happened, from my understanding in the research, is they think that this is a way to make things, I think they're calling it active transport, to improve active transport. Now, I don't know what that means, but I think, walking or catching, they should be using basic language. So their view is that, let's do this trial. We had it during COVID when there was basically nobody on the streets. And they think it's going to make things safer. I would welcome anyone to come down to Liverpool and try going 30 Ks and actually see what it does. I know it sounds funny, but it's actually harder because we're not used to doing it. We're creatures of habit. When we go through school zones, we're used to going through 40 Ks.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Some people go to our school zones and think they should speed up to 40 Ks. So it's just nonsense. And I tell you what, if this becomes permanent in Liverpool, this will happen all throughout Sydney.
Do you think they'll extend the trial after this?
Look, we've had really good conversations with the Minister, Natalie Ward. She's been very receptive. She inherited this. And what we want now, and my message to everybody out there, whether you're in Liverpool or not Liverpool, whether you've driven through Big Street, go to Liverpool Listens, go to our Facebook page and put your feedback in. There is a process we need to go through. We've got to provide the data and the reasons of why we think this trial has been unsuccessful. And through proper facts and figures, we should be able to get this changed.
Okay, so will you fight the state government on this ridiculous trial, and what's your dialogue been like with Transport for New South Wales?
Oh, 100%. And look, I said during the election, I said I want to get rid of this. I've been working on it. It's part of my 100-day plan. We've been working on it. We've met with the minister. We're talking to transport. Yes, there's they have a bit of reluctance to it, but we're saying, let's look at the data. Let's look at the facts. And the facts are saying, this is revenue raising, it is too challenging, and it shouldn't happen.
Yeah, okay. I'm just also getting this information through that Maruya on the south coast has some streets at 30 k's as well. Absolute joke. That's on the text line. Dave, the bus driver, says, Mayor, Jim, speed limits at Liverpool. Just be cautious. It's a hospital medical area where the 30 k's are. Is that the case, or is it right across the Liverpool area in the CBD?
I've got a ring road, and on the ring road, I've got a 50k speed limit, a 40k speed limit, a 30k speed limit, right? So it's around there. But guess what? Whether you're driving 30 or 40k's, the reality is if someone's looking on their phone and not paying attention to the road, you're going to have an issue. So that's happening. But the reality is we haven't really seen much of a difference. The data has happened, and it has been happening during COVID. Nobody was on our streets during COVID. So does that mean we have to have another 2-year trial because now things are back to normal?
Yeah.
I think we just have to get back to common sense, and especially on Big Street. If you're trying to drive through Liverpool, it is too challenging.
Okay, so school pick up now, 2:30 till 4 o'clock. What happens with the 40 zone in Liverpool then? Under this trial, what is it, 30 kilometres an hour?
It's a 30-kilometre zone, right? And and to make it even worse, there's a speed camera right there in front of the school, a permanent speed camera. And the amount of people that have been pinged by it, they keep on telling me. You can see the comments there. It's a significant amount of people because they're not used to it. This is not common.
It's crazy. It's just whoever's thought this is a bright idea. I mean, fair income. It's I'm all for the 40k school zones, 100%, but 30k's is just over the top. Mayor, thanks for your time this afternoon.
No worries, Jim, and come for a drive for Liverpool and see actually how it is yourself one day, and you'll realise what we're talking about.
I love Liverpool. I love our southwest. So yeah, I'll do that. Good on you.
All right, guys. So I was saying for driving limit no so about 30 k's per hour, and then if you drive and you overspeed, you get a fine. We are paying $150 and around that figure, and still losing a point. Okay, I'm saying losing a point. Maybe someone may not understand what I mean by losing a point. Losing a point is in a sense that in Australia, for example, when you have your full license as a driver, you have 13 points. If you commit certain crimes, there are some crimes we will not commit here. You till 1 point. Your crime we will commit here. You till 2. Your crime we will commit here. It's all use phone now driver. You till 5. They also sika asan account. Sika be $400 to $500. What you can say use phone only at 5 points. This all use phone twice. Not camera choa. Yeah, till 5 million. And that's a count of 3 points out of 13. A count of 3 points. So osako fa sa Liverpool ha ba bi aye kan bi kan ho na ye till 1 million so. Na so o point ne san na chese won drive bi. Point ne say ye tin na 3 years from today now sabe san kan ye tin ne no back. Indeed, can you imagine losing all 13 points in 1 month? It means you are never going to drive until 3 years and I'll bring your points back. Or you take it to court, take it through some other proceedings, and if you're lucky, you might be restored and you can be able to drive temporarily. But this is what is going on in Liverpool, and I'm telling you, it is not an easy thing. It is very stressful. I have paid money. Also, for AJ just confirmed the fact that he's also received his fines, and he says he doesn't want to pay. But I believe he's going to pay, or if he is going to court, that is the right thing to do. But please, if you have received a fine, make the payment or take it to court. If you take it to court, it's fine. Then you are clear. But if you say you are just not going to pay, you are going to stay, keep the fine with you, and you will not pay, that will resort to something else, because every time that you don't pay the money, they keep adding some money on top, and it may end up becoming a very big fine on you. So pay the money, fight for it in court if you want to, and when you win the case, you can still get your money back, or take it to court straight away. And if you are not paying, just go to the court right now so that it doesn't start becoming a complication which will worsen the situation. This is what we have for you today by way of Kingdom Update today, because we believe that if you are able to hear things like this, you can save your money. So losing about $150 or 2 points and over just because you are driving in Liverpool, especially on the Biggie street. That is where I got my shock, And I believe you don't want to lose any money on the Biggie streets. Stay tuned and make sure you are not committing the way I have committed. So enjoy yourself. See you next time, and the Lord bless you.